It takes all of 12 months. We have 40 employees. It's at this point a $14 million budget. And so the tickets, when they go on sale in January, are the cheapest. They're $210, I think maybe this year. They're at $320 now. The only other, income, we sell some T-shirts and videos on the website, and that's like, I don't know, we make $30,000 on that. The money for the commissary, the money for the cafe breaks even on the cafe. Cafe is very expensive to run, manage, build, cost of goods, everything. It's huge. And then the ice sales makes money, and that's the money that goes back into nonprofits in Reno, San Francisco, and the town of Gerlach.
Yeah, I have a question about the, now that I have you guys here, I can ask.
It's a coffee question.
It's a coffee. One of the things that I thought was astounding the first time I went to Burning Man, and just so novel and rare, was how there was no vending. I've never been, no one's ever been to an event where there's no vending. It's a football.
You missed McSatan's in 1996.
Yeah. So
flashing to sell hamburgers.
And yet, I know, sometimes when I show people pictures, it's like, oh, this is amazing, don't even bother looking at these pictures, you're not going to have a clue, but here's the pictures anyway. Whenever I get to, if I happen to catch someone buying ice or coffee, I always kind of flip past that really quickly, because it sort of undercuts my vending argument. So I just was wondering what the exclusion rationale is for that thing. Not that I don't think you should sell ice, I think you should include water. But but it sort of violates the non. Oh, by the way, that reminds me, there's DVDs on sale back for $10 also.
And I it's sort of a public health issue. It's a good question. I would point out to begin with that we don't make any money out of selling coffee. Actually, we're in the red. It's not. We don't break even. We're in the red. And.
We just discovered that recently.
Well, we've always kind of known it.
Figured it out. We hadn't added the building of it.
We didn't add the building of it to the...
care to look at how much of a loss you take.
All of a sudden,
furthermore, we've never suggested to anyone that they couldn't, we're not monopolists exactly, we never suggested to anybody they couldn't give coffee away. Are perfectly welcome to. It's a story. Originally, that was the cafe was the Cafe Temps Peru, the cafe of lost time, attributed to Marcel Proust, and created by a very good friend of mine, P. Siegel, and she wanted to create this elegant place where you could have a cafe experience, and that was at the center of our settlement. Then as years went by and it grew, we realized that we had what we really needed was a city center where everyone could come and feel they belonged, even if they were strangers or first timers. I know when I go to cities, I go to public places, parks, we all do it, as tourists we do it too, to feel like you fit in with life around you. So it needed a strong center. There's a reason for civic centers. If you live in the exurbs, you may not fully fathom that, but and so we wanted an attraction, and then we tried for years, then we had a stage, and but that then threatened to become the main stage, and we didn't want a main stage. We wanted people to build their own stages, and performers to find the stages, and stages to find the performers. And people would call, garage bands would call and say, we want to get on the main stage, and we'd have to fend them off. And so we didn't want that. We wanted something that would attract people all over to the center, and that would facilitate their interaction with one another. And what better foil than a cup of coffee? You can try to reduce that down in a critique of it and say, well, it's just about money, it's a flash of cash at the counter. But if you follow the person who bought that cup of coffee at a pretty reasonable price, and then they sit down and begin to sit and they look at the world around, and it's filled with unlike what's that coffee chain? Starbucks. They continue those, environments, with the precision of a stainless steel engine, so that no clean tendril cultural association will attach to the environment. Because once you get in there and get you out and sell the product, and it's for consumers. You probably noticed that the cafe, it encourages you to do the last thing they want you to do at Starbucks, that's hang out and linger. And then when you look at those people with their cups of coffee, and then as they talk to people beside them who they don't know, and start to interact in this very interactive environment, then you see another kind of value, and it has nothing to do with cash. It creates social capital. And that's why we've done it, to create something at the center. I was in part inspired by my experiences many years before in Mexico, where you go to Zocalo, and you sit in the portales, and you watch civilized life parade by, and you're poised to enjoy and feel like you're a part of it, and that's why we have a cafe. It contradicts the doctrine, but there was a doctrine, that we decommodify things. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, a species consistency is the hobgoblin of small minds. So to look at that and understand why it stretches people's conception of what we value and why we do things.
Well, I was just going to answer really quickly that ice was also practical when we were 20 miles from Gerlach, further than we are now, and we were only just 4 days. Leaving the site and coming back again was dangerous. And so the very first sales were actually not done by the organization. The girls' basketball club in the town of Gerlach came with a rider truck. They came twice a day. They came like at 10 a.m., I think, and like 2 or 3. And you would line up at the back of the truck. They'd open up the truck and they'd give you the bags for $2, whatever. That was the first year. The second year, the fathers came and did that.
And then you guys have a coffee that brings everyone together.
The coffee, they're both practical reasons.
Yeah.